Good evening, friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Facebook Live on a Thunder Thursday, episode number 12. As you all know, this has been the endeavor in this new year 2022 that I'm trying to impart a short session based knowledge on Mondays and Thursdays. Mondays on the topic of practice management, medical legal ethics, and Thursdays on the topic of finance. Short, sweet little topics which you can say are good enough to give us a direction at least, if not fully. I can understand many of you who watch these sessions are not very well versed in finance, maybe beginners in finance as well. But that is the reason I have kept these sessions as you can say very simplified versions so that anybody can learn from these sessions. And trust me, guys, there is nothing hi-fi about finance. It is all about starting. But the problem is that we all keep on waiting for that one elusive day that will come in our life and then we can start. Unfortunately, that elusive one day never comes. And we are left struggling, making ourselves, you can say, all the sorts of giving all the sorts of reasons and excuses. You can give yourself reasons. There may be reasons with everyone, but never make that reason an excuse. So this is what my takeaway would be for you from today's session. Of course, I'm here to start the session. But anyways, let's begin the session without much delay. I tried to be on time today and I hope I was. Allow me a minute to share my screen so that I can start. So friends, welcome to today's session. This is episode number 12, Thunder Thursdays, coming live from my home in Ludhiana, Punjab. Today is Thursday, 24th of March, 2022. And we all are here for week number 12. As I said, these sessions have been planned in a way that they are very simplified and anyone, even a beginner, a middle road, or even an expert can take a cue from these sessions taking place on Mondays and Thursdays. So Thursdays dedicated to finance. Let's begin without much ado. So as usual, all my presentations will always begin with thanking the Lord Almighty has given me much more than what I deserve. So when it comes to finance, there can be no bigger words to thank my dad as well, who has been instrumental in teaching me the clinical part of finance, whatever I'm sharing with you guys since almost 6 years now. So this is my brief CV, gives me a little bit of authority to share a few things with you, could see the knowledge I've gathered over the years and try to simplify for all of you in whatever way I can. So topic for this week is smart tips to set your financial goals. We have been dealing with financial goals and related topics, how to review the financial plan, how to go about those tasks, which are the money-making tips, and that in the previous few sessions I've dealt with those topics. So let me tell you what exactly the smart criteria means. We all are living in this smart world today. We all know all the gadgets, everything is around us is turning into smart. And unfortunately, the humans are still continuing to be dumb in comparison to the gadgets. I'm not saying otherwise. Don't take me otherwise, but this is in comparison to the smartness of the gadgets. So we need to understand हर जगह में हर point में management, I mean dentistry, management of dentistry and management of finance can enter any arena. So if it is about smart tips of it can be, you can say the goals can be very realistic and can be set in finance as well. So let's you can say unveil today's scenario, what exactly it is. Let's simplify smartness today. So if we can you can say simplify or break down smartness into what exactly it is. I hope you will have at least a clue about your future expansion plans after today's session. Many of you might be in a rented place, many of you might be in a smaller clinic, maybe your own, and looking forward to a bigger clinic, bigger premises, bigger, you can say, space. And today's criteria would give you a direction in that. Of course, smartness criteria can be applied in any sphere, but I limit myself to the expansion of space in terms of smartness these days, so that you at least have one carry home point, and your mind, whosoever is watching either here or on YouTube, whenever this video goes live tomorrow. So at least you have a fair amount of idea what I'm trying to say and what exactly you can say is embedded in this. So, the first question always anybody investor wants to invest asks is मुझे इससे कितना return मिलेगा? मुझे कौन से instrument में maximum return मिलेगा? That is the first question everybody asks. But the question I would ask is that the right question? Cryptocurrency is giving you insane returns, had insane returns in the past. So is it a wise option? No, of course. It is not a legal tender. So we need to understand that it is which instrument will give you the maximum rate of interest is like a shiny object syndrome, SOS. So that should not be resorted to. So the basic thing is it all starts with not with the outward journey, but with an inward journey. The journey towards inside, the journey towards inside, which is also known as introspection. So start with one's own financial goals rather than looking for high-paying investment. आपको क्या चाहिए? Is your current income good enough to satisfy your current running needs, or it is medium level that you can put in half from there and half for your goals, or you are on the lower side, but you need to have a comfortable coming times. So that surely decides that. Many people believe in that everybody is the same. No, all of us who are watching, all of you who might be watching this might be the beginners, might be in the start to survival stage. Some of you might be in the stable phase. Some of you might be in the settled stage. So these are the two stages, usually 0 to 3, 0 to 5 years, and then beyond 3 to 10 or 5 to 10 years, and beyond 10, the settled stage. So this is the way the segregation is made. Of course, there are multiple classifications, but that is how I segregate it. So for one who is settled, he may be having good enough income flowing in from the current income only to satisfy his running needs. And of course, he might be putting in more amount for his future. That's fair enough. So the introspection starts from there, that you should be understanding your goals first. If you're unmarried, your goals should be your clinic. And of course, if you're not in job, I mean, and your marriage. If you're already married, have a small clinic. Your immediate goal will be bringing a child into the family and maybe looking for a bigger space in a few years to come. So if you are already having one child, maybe say bringing a second child into the family, if at all both the partners agree. Already the world is shrinking, the nuclear families, usually people are having one kid only. But that's fair enough. That is a personal thing. But I'm just giving you a fair amount of idea what exactly the goals can be. So financial goal वही है कहाँ पे जाने की journey. You should know what you want to achieve, and that is where the journey begins in the reverse manner. Where to invest, how much to invest, and of course, setting your expectations right. Sitting in a 1 BHK and aiming for a penthouse is slightly unrealistic. If with a you can say a meager income or even a reasonable income. But those things, that is the reason for today's session. So clearly defined goals or SMART goals will always help you make a good plan. And of course, it's not about planning. It's about execution as well. So once you execute the plan, take action, it is going to yield you results. So it is a smart world today. We all have gadgets around us. So let's be further smart and shed our dumbness, and let's see how we can frame a smart financial goal. The first thing is all of us should know it. What exactly is SMART? We know S for specific, M for measurable, A for achievable, R for relevant, T for time. So these are, you can say, segregations of the SMART criteria. SMART criteria can be applicable in any sphere of life. Planning, management, dentistry, finance, any sphere you can talk about, and SMART criteria are applicable. So let's further dissect these into a few parts and see it. So what do I mean by specific? The thing is, मुझे वहाँ जाना है. Of course, all the criteria discussed should make the things easy for you. But let's start with specific thing. I want to buy a house. That is a very, very big goal. Or maybe buying a premises for your expansion of the clinic, as I said at the start. That should be one goal. But buying an expansion, you can say, of your clinic, or maybe you're in a rented space. Buying a space for clinic is a very big goal. What exactly? In metros, people, you can say, practice in societies. People practice on 7th and 10th and 15th floors as well, which is not possible in cities like me. I'm in Ludhiana, tier 2 city, technically number 23 city of India, size-wise, population-wise, number 17 city of India. So if we talk about those things which are not applicable in tier 2, let's stick to tier 1 today. So you are in a rented accommodation, you want a 1 BHK quarter or a home where you can actually, you can say, put up your clinic as well for further expansion in a gated society, in a gated community in Mumbai suburbs. Then it has a good direction-based specific goal. Specificity means it is giving a direction. What do I want? 1 BHK in a gated community, security feature in Mumbai suburbs. I'll break down the further criteria. You'll get to know it. So specific goals ensure there is an emotional connect with these goals. And whenever there are emotions flowing in any of your goals, you're bound to take stronger action. And you're bound to go towards those goals in a specific manner, in a phased manner, in a, you can say, zealous manner. So always be specific. I'll continue the same example throughout the SMART criteria. Measurable. So आपको घर लेना है, आपको क्लिनिक के लिए स्पेस लेना, कहाँ लेना है? Gated society में लेना, done. Specificity is done. Now measurable. A money value has to be given to it. Where you want to go clearly. So going by that example, you can say, I would end up buying a home price at 70 lakhs. A 1 BHK can be 70 lakhs also in Mumbai suburbs. But then if you have the down payment at 20%, that 20% down payment would be 14 lakhs. So the money will make you adjust your goals. कि मेरे को कम से कम 14 लाख तो चाहिए down payment, उसके बाद EMI continue रहेगी. But the problem is sometimes people don't have 14 lakhs. They take, you may take the loan for the remainder of the, you can say 80% amount. But for the 14 lakh, you need to have at least the down payment part with you. Nobody is going to give you 100% loan. So now the target is raising those 14 lakhs. But if the prices are above your expectations, they are not measurable here. They are not, you can say it is, the space is 1.5 CR. It goes beyond your budget. So you need to fit that into your financial plan as well. Because accordingly, your goals would change. So measurability is an important factor. So let's continue the same example further. Achievable. The goal has to be achieved. Sometimes people have a meager income, not a very flashy income, not a very free-flowing income. But then you can use the same time factor of the SMART criteria to make it a little bit more achievable. So if you can say have a higher risk appetite, maybe you can put in a little bit of extra risk part and get higher returns. Of course, I'm in no way mentioning cryptocurrency here. I'm mentioning equities here. Just to give the same example, somebody having a salary or an income from clinic of 1 lakh rupees, take home salary, and monthly saving of 30,000 after your needs and wants. So the goal will become impossible if you want to raise the 14 lakh by the end of 1 year, because 30,000 into 12 would be 3 lakh and 60,000. But then if you have a longer time period in your mind, let's suppose you want to accumulate 14 lakhs at the end of 5 years, then you can easily have that in mind by investing even 17,000 per month, not even 30, by 17,000. If you are investing those in a return in an instrument which is giving you 12% per annum. This is the way we do the reverse planning. आपको टाइम पता है, आपको अमाउंट पता है, तो आप रिवर्स में जाके अपना इन्वेस्टमेंट का अमाउंट ढूंढ सकते हैं. आपके पास आज इन्वेस्टमेंट का पता है और टाइम पता है, तो आप अपना फ्यूचरिस्टिक सम ढूंढ सकते हैं आफ्टर दैट मच अमाउंट. रिवर्स इज ऑल्सो वर्क्स इन, आपको 5 lakhs हैं, आपको 10 lakhs करना है, तो वो कितनी देर में होगा? You can calculate the time also, putting in the interest income in over there for your instrument. So all these will make the things achievable when you set the target. Blindly करे जाओ, then that 14 lakh also becomes 24 lakhs. Then it goes certainly out of equation sometimes. You need to remember that part. So achievability is an important part of the SMART criteria. That is why SMART के center में आता है. So then the realistic thing. We sometimes have no barriers between the dream and a reality. Somebody having a 1 lakh income decides to build a multi-storied mansion in the plush localities of South Mumbai. which is one of the costliest areas. It will become, you can say, impossible. It is not a realistic thing. Only a miracle, a lottery, a windfall, koi bhuli bisri jaydad mil jaye, to that page you can still do it. But otherwise, it is not a realistic goal. So even if you stick to your goal of buying 1 BHK, try to achieve in shortest possible time. Maybe another goals of foreign vacation, maybe your down payment for any sports utility vehicle, SUV you want to buy, those will become unrealistic. Because agar aapke multiple goals, income 1 lakh hai, lekin goals multiple. So at the end of the day, these should be realistic in sync with your current income. What to do about that? I'll deal with that also, don't worry. So wishful thinking and realistic ideas have to be merged and matched somewhere. And the end result should be you can say a win-win situation for everyone. The last criteria of SMART is time bound. You must express in the context of time because everything is inflationary around us. Everything around us is inflationary in nature. It'll go back. And every goal has a price tag also. But ensure changes that price. Inflation, you can say, changes that price tag. So even if the inflation is 5%, that 70 lakh house would go to 89.34 in 5 years. In 7 years, it will go to 98.5 lakhs. So आपने achievability में अगर time add किया है, A+T किया है आपने कि मेरे को achieve करना, लेकिन I'll give myself 5 years. So then you are looking at a bigger amount in 5 and 7 years, just with the 5% inflation. Of course, this may or may not happen, but this is the, you can say, chance that it will be there. So always keep a deadline for that. Never ever, you can say, jump the gun on the basis of that. So let's summarize. Of course, time may run out for some people. Let's summarize today's things. So if I have to write the above mentioned goal for our clinic, for our, you can say, own clinic, arranging a down payment of 19.7 lakh for a 1 BHK home in a gated community in Mumbai suburbs priced at 98.5 lakhs 7 years from now. So I have been very specific. Where do I want? In a gated, in a Mumbai, and in a 1 BHK. Measurable because I am arranging a 19.7 lakh down payment. Achievable, I've given the time factor to me. Then realistic, I've taken the inflation part into this criteria that yes, this is still into my budget in 7 years from now. And the time part, of course, it has been added to the T part. And when I added the T part, I have to add the inflation as well. That 70 might be available close to 1 CR, but that's perfectly okay. I am also going from 14 to 20, almost close to 20. So this is the way you spell out your goals in the SMART criteria. And this goal does not need to be only for your clinic. It can be for any expensive gadget of your clinic. It can be for any of the milestone which is coming up for you in life. It can be for any of your kids related milestone in your life. Of course, those who have elder children. So all the goals need to be very specific, very measurable, very much achievable, pretty much unrealistic, and of course, time bound. Time and tide wait for none. We all know it. So always be very specific and you can say add the other SMART criteria. So what is the carry home gyan for today? When you define your goals clearly, you make it easy for yourself to draw a financial plan. And you will have more clarity that when and what you can achieve. Blindly making dreams, but ending up being unrealistic, usually you will have disappointment only. As I said at the start, today's smart world has a lot of smart gadgets, smart watch, smartphone, smart clock, whatever you can say, anything is smart. But it so very desperately requires smart individuals like us as well. Why are we keeping our thinking into the early or the late 20th century? We are into the 21st century, so we need to, even you can say in the third decade of the 21st century. So we need to change our thinking also along with that. So obviously you can set your goals, but make sure that you have a cash to back it up. So one of the ways people take is to cut down on their expenses to make a good start. Of course, that is a good start, but on the way, keep increasing your income, and it can make you reach your goals faster. That is why I always advocate on MSI, multiple streams of income. You all can have that. So in fact, when you have a specific goal, income goal, it is a great financial goal as well. So you're killing two birds with one stone. So make sure that you leverage all the example of financial goals with SMART criteria, which I've discussed today. Leverage those example and try to apply that in your professional and a personal life, for your life goals, for your professional goals, for your clinically related goals, and so on. So moral of the whole story today is change the way you spend and get richer. Specific, state exactly what, why, and how you want to achieve. Measurable, assign a specific value. Don't say koi baat nahi dekha jayega is not a good approach. Attainable or achievable, make your goals reasonable. Realistic, don't ignore your limitations. This is one example our parents, forefathers have been giving us. Jitni chadar utne pair. Then timely, set a time frame. Every action needs a time frame, otherwise it can be endless. So this is one of the criteria to set smart personal financial goals. So I hope I have been able to inculcate a little bit of smartness in you today when it comes to financial planning. So thank you so much for being a patient audience with me. So this is my WhatsApp community. If you want to be added over there, please let me know. This is an advertisement free group, which is almost now 4+ years old now. And I plan to limit the 6th group till air only. So this is my YouTube channel. As on 23rd March, yesterday, 438 videos already there on my channel. Do hit the subscribe icon and hit the bell icon as well, so that you get notified whenever I post a video. My social media presence by my name only, Dr. Bhavdeep. You can catch me live anywhere. Usually I'm there at most of the platforms. So do send me your feedback on my cell, on my group, on my YouTube channel, wherever you're watching it. Bookets and Big Bath both will be welcome in equal measure. And thank you so much for being a patient audience. And I stop my share for question time and acknowledging all the visitors on my FB page where this session is happening. Okay. Hello, Dr. Sonia, ma'am. Hello, Dr. Hishikesh. Okay. Hello, Maninderjeet. Hello, Brinda. Okay. Hello, Dr. Ale. Hello, Dr. Ramchandra. So thank you so much for watching this. Any queries, I'll be more than happy to answer them. Please go ahead and ask your questions. I'm here for 2 minutes, or else we wind up and I see you on Monday for episode number 13 of the 26th episode that we have planned. Next week, 31st March, would be the first quarter ending month of this year. It'll be a Thursday. It'll be the, you can say, 1/4 part of the year and 13th episode of the, you can say, half of the 6-month series that we have planned. So be there for the 13th episode. And those of you who have missed the previous episode, all of them are on YouTube. You can catch those episodes live. They have been titled that whatever the topic has been taken in there, has been mentioned in there. They are available both in SD and SD versions. So you can catch hold of that. So technology is helping us. So we should be also very, very kind to it in that regard. Okay, guys, thank you so much. And I take your leave and see you on Monday with another exciting episode of Miraculous Mondays. Bye-bye. Take care. Have a great weekend coming up.